So, you reckon you know a bit about Australia? Let's put it to the test. Today I have 20 little questions for you in this ultimate Aussie quiz. Let's go. Alright, so I'm going to show you these questions on screen. Each one's going to have 4 options, and you're going to have a few seconds each question to work out which option is the correct answer. If you need time, just hit pause. Let's do it. Number 1. In which state or territory is Uluru found? In which state or territory is Uluru found? This is also known as Ayers Rock, but the indigenous name is Uluru. A. Victoria. B. The Northern Territory. C. Western Australia. Or D. Queensland. The answer is B. The Northern Territory. And it's a bloody long way away. I tell you what, it takes about 2 days to drive there from Melbourne. Number 2. What is the capital city of Tasmania? A. Launceston. B. Hobart. C. Melbourne. Or D. Sydney. The answer is B. Hobart. Launceston is a large city in Tasmania. Melbourne is the capital of Victoria, and Sydney is the capital of New South Wales. Question 3. Approximately how many Indigenous languages were originally found in Australia? So approximately, not the exact number, approximately how many Indigenous languages were there in Australia before colonisation? A. 10. B. 50. C. 100. Or D. 250. The answer is D. 250. There were around 250 different languages in Australia and many, many more dialects of those languages in Australia at the time. Probably around 600 to 800 different dialects. Question 4. Actor Paul Hogan launched to worldwide fame in which classic Australian film? A. Muriel's Wedding. B. Crocodile Dundee. C. The Castle. Or D. Rams. The answer is B. Crocodile Dundee. 5. In which year was Australia colonised by the British? A. 1688. B. 1770. C. 1788. Or D. 1818. And the answer is C. 1788 is when the first fleet arrived in Australia and it was colonised. In 1770, this is when Captain Cook discovered Australia and mapped the east coast. Question 6. What's Australia's biggest export? A. Wool. B. Beef. C. Gold. Or D. Iron ore. The answer is D. It's iron ore. Australia exports nearly 1 billion tonnes of iron ore every single year, and it earns about $150 billion a year from that export. Crazy numbers. 7. Which of the following colours isn't in the Australian Aboriginal flag? So which of these colours is not a part of the flag? A. Green. B. Red. C. Yellow. And D. Black. And I know loads of you are going to be like, black isn't a colour, it's a shade. You know what I mean. So which one? A. Green. Who of the following was the most famous Australian bushranger? A. Ned Kelly. B. Kevin Rudd. C. Captain Moonlight. Or D. Ben Hall. The answer is A. Ned Kelly. He was the one who made the armour and had the shootout with the police. So Kevin Rudd was a Prime Minister, and he's still alive today. He was a Prime Minister about a decade ago. Captain Moonlight and Ben Hall were also bushrangers, but nowhere near as famous as Ned Kelly. Question 9. The largest Australian native land mammal is A. The red kangaroo. B. The kangaroo rat. C. The koala. D. Buffalo. The answer is A. The red kangaroo. The kangaroo rat is definitely nowhere near as big as a red kangaroo. A koala is about the size of a small dog, a medium-sized dog. And a buffalo, although bigger than a kangaroo, is not a native land mammal to Australia. Question 10. The Sydney Opera House is found in which state? A. Western Australia. B. Victoria. C. South Australia. Or D. New South Wales. The answer is D. New South Wales. The name should have given it away. The Sydney Opera House. Question 11. Which of the following snakes is the most deadly to be found in Australia and the world? A. The taipan. B. Carpet python. C. The red-belly black snake. Or D. The copperhead. The answer is the taipan. And if you wanted to get more specific, the inland taipan. So this is not only the most deadly snake in Australia, but it's the most deadly snake in the world. Question 12. What colours is the corroboree frog? So this is a tiny little frog that's very endangered, and it's found on the Great Dividing Range near Mount Kosciuszko, I believe. So what colours is this frog? A. Yellow and blue. B. Black and yellow. C. Blue and white. Or D. Orange and white. The answer is B. Black and yellow. These guys are very cute. They used to be in huge numbers. In fact, I think they were the largest biomass of any species in that ecosystem. But now there are only about 50 individuals left in the wild. Question 13. Prime Minister Scott Morrison's nickname is A. Moscow. B. ScoMo. C. Scotto. Or D. Maury. The answer is B. ScoMo. Question 14. How long have Indigenous people lived in Australia? A. Less than 10,000 years. B. Between 10 and 20,000 years. C. Between 20 and 30,000 years. Or D. Between 40 and 60,000 years. The answer is D. Indigenous people have occupied Australia for between 40,000 to 60,000 years, and they are the oldest continuous culture in the world. Question 15. How many ships were in the First Fleet? So this was the group that came out to colonize Australia in 1788. How many ships did the First Fleet comprise? A. 1. B. 7. C. 11. Or D. 13. The answer is C. There were 11 ships in the First Fleet. Question 16. The Australian slang term for a sausage is A. A sosso. B. A snag. C. A biffo. Or D. A sanger. The answer is B. A snag. And remember, that great Australian meal, a piece of bread, a sausage or a snag, and some tomato sauce. You can get these at Bunnings on the weekends. Question 17. What was the first Indigenous word to enter Australian English? So which word from any Indigenous language was the first one to enter Australian English? A. Boomerang. B. Kangaroo. C. Dingo. Or D. Koala. The answer is B. Kangaroo. And funnily enough, this happened before Australia was colonised. So this happened in, I think, the year 1770 with Captain Cook going along the east coast of Australia. He interacted with the local Indigenous people, I think around Sydney, and asked, what the hell is that hopping creature? And they said, it's a kangaroo. It's a kangaroo, mate. Question 18. How many states does Australia have? How many states does Australia have? A. 4. B. 6. C. 8. Or D. 10. The answer is B. There are 6 states in Australia. The Northern Territory, as well as the Australian Capital Territories, aren't states, they are territories. Question 19. What is the approximate area of the Australian continent? A. 1.5 million square kilometres. B. 2.4 million square kilometres. C. 5.6 million square kilometres. Or D. 7.7 million square kilometres. The answer is D. The Australian continent, including Tasmania, is about 7.692 million square kilometres. Question 20. Good job, guys. You've made it all the way to the end. In which Australian state or territory is the Great Barrier Reef found? A. Queensland. B. The Northern Territory. C. New South Wales. Or D. Tasmania. The answer is A. Queensland. The Great Barrier Reef stretches along almost the entire coast of Queensland, and it is approximately 2,000 kilometres in length. All right, great job, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, you can listen to this episode on the Aussie English podcast as well. The link will be in the description. In the meantime, if you want to keep learning with me, check this video out up here. See ya.